Okay, so we made it back to Iquitos safely today. It was a long day. We went straight from the last ceremony. We stayed up all night, and then we took the canoe at 4 in the morning to make the fast boat at 6, and then catch a bus the final leg back to Iquitos so I can fly out to Miami tomorrow. But it was truly magical experience. It's my third time down to stay with Ruber and his family. And this time it was really like, even last time I was there for 3 months, it was like being part of the family, but now it's even more so. We did 4 ceremonies together, and I did the dieta. It was my 4th dieta, so in the room for the week, no sugar, no salt, no oil. I took it a step further and did no food at all. They told me they'd never seen anyone do that. So I survived that. And it was actually not the hardest dieta. Like one of the first ones I did was Chiri Sananga, and that one really got your whole body like hot and cold and felt like you were drunk and you couldn't walk. This one went pretty smooth, just long, you know. But it was nice that the ceremony that we did afterwards, it's kind of like all 50 ceremonies I've done throughout my lifetime came together into one experience. All the knowledge, all my intentions that I set at the beginning, all came true, plus bonuses. And in the end, it was just like the best experience you could ever ask for. 2 weeks for the 40th birthday. Just really loved it. During the dieta, I had some intentions, and just want to talk about the process, how it works. So one of the things that I was really focusing on was to open up my heart and to listen. And that happened, and when that happened, what I heard was from my shadow, my alter ego. And so what I was learning from him was that he was very angry, very jealous, because he's always in the dark. He never gets to come out and do all this cool stuff that I'm doing all the time, and I never talked to him. So the only times that he was coming out was like when I was really drunk or something like this. So it would come out in a bad way. So what I did was I learned to acknowledge him and start to have a conversation with him. And what I decided to do was to build a wall of virtue, so that whenever he would come out, I would acknowledge it with awareness, because now I'm aware of him, and so that when he would come out, and now I can say, okay, wait, before you cross over this wall and come out into existence, let's talk about how you feel. So this way, convince him to say, okay, look, if you're angry, why don't we figure out a way to replace that energy with empathy? Or if you're jealous, let's replace that with gratitude. And this way, you can actually be in touch with your alter ego and acknowledge it, so that it's not coming out all of a sudden, but you're talking through it. And the way that you can do this is by your establishing like a code of honor. And that code of honor is what you base your principles on, and those principles will transcend circumstances. So the idea is that you're gonna have this alter ego, but not to just let it come out and go wild. Be able to have a conversation with it, and then you can even tell them like, hey, listen, you want to go over this wall and go into the kingdom? You know, this is the great place, so you can do anything you want. Yeah, well, let's replace your feelings, and when you go over there, you don't ever have to come back again. So basically, it was a really profound experience learning about my alter ego. So a little bit about the process with the dieta with no eating. So the first 3 days, what we did is we went out and we chopped down the tree bark from the Palo Sangre, the Chuchuwasha, and the Chuchuchacacaspa. We took the tree barks, we put it in with the river water, and then I would drink that once a day for the first 3 days. That was the only thing that I ingested for the whole week. But it's pretty crazy, because I was talking to Ruber about it. The first time I came to the Amazon, you know, I bought malaria pills, and I was really nervous about the spiders and things like that. He's like, look at you now, you're drinking the river water. So it's kind of shows the process of how it's gone from 7 years ago till now. But really, after the first 3 days, your digestive system shuts down, and that's when a lot of the real healing starts to occur. The only problem that I had was the last 2-3 days with no salt. It really starts to get in your head, and it just kind of feels like stress and tension, but nothing to do like for the food. It wasn't a problem. Just that, and it would go away. You would deal with it for like an hour, and then just get through it. But it was funny because once we finished the last ceremony, all of a sudden my ear was just, I felt like I had an ear infection, which happened the last time I was in the Amazon. And so I was freaking out. I was like, oh wait, so the dieta's done. I had electrolytes with me. So luckily I took the electrolytes, took that, and then within like 10 minutes, the problem in my ear went away. So that was nice. But another problem that I had that I've been dealing with for over 10 years is, I don't know how you could say it, it's tinnitus or tinnitus, it's the ringing in your ears. So I had this from a concussion for over 10 years. As soon as I went to the doctors and they told me there's nothing we can do, then I said, well, I don't even want to know the name of this. It's just, and they said, oh, the only things that make it worse are cigarettes, alcohol, and loud music. And I was like, oh, great, that's my whole life. You know? So I kind of just brushed it off. But I had a thing when I did a lot of meditating when I was in the room, of course. It was kind of like powerlifting for the mind. And at one point, I was like, okay, I'm going to go through I wanted to be in the present moment. So I was like, okay, how do I do that? I'm going to go through all my past memories, then I'm going to erase all my future memories, and I'm going to come to the present moment. That took me about 2 days to do all of that. And once I did it, all of a sudden, the ringing's in my left ear. All of a sudden, I started to hear the ringing in my right ear. Now I started, oh no, this is worse now. And then I thought, no, I have to trust the process. And so once I did that, I kind of balanced it together, both ears, and then it became one, kind of above my head, and then all of a sudden, boom, it was like a thunderstrike or lightning, you know? And all of a sudden, I didn't hear anything. And then I didn't know if I was deaf or if it had gone away, and I was scared. I just sat there in stillness. And then all of a sudden, it's like, okay, you got to make a move and find out. And I started to move around, and I could hear everything. And I was like, no way, after all of this time, I cured the tinnitus through meditation with the dieta. So that was pretty amazing. Yeah, another thing I was thinking about was, because I was trying real hard to become in the present moment. I was just thinking about the word. So if you look at it, if it was pre-sent, that means it hasn't left. So that means it's here. So if it's here and now, and you're there, that makes it a gift, which is the present. That was great. Basically all my intentions that I set all came true, and even bonuses. What I was talking about was by the end of it, I was working with Christian, the shaman, and he basically accepted me as his student. I really became part of the family, and even these guys are going to come out to Europe in September. But one of the coolest things was that he knows that I was really trying to sing along with the Icaros, which are the songs that you get from the plants. So now that I've worked with these dietas, with these plants, I'm able to call their spirits and help for protection and help to clean other people. So what we did was we recorded the Icaros for each plant, and then we wrote down all the lyrics, and then we translated them as well. So my mission now from Christian is, when he comes back in September and sees me, that I'll sing at the next ceremony. So that was like even beyond my wildest dreams. So that was pretty cool. Also, the last ceremony, my intention was that I wanted to have a deep, long, meaningful relationship with the medicine, Pachamama, Mother Ayahuasca, and to have a real communication. Like I've had the connection with the medicine, and we get along real well, but I forget to ask it questions. And so basically, I see the medicine a lot as like a pure white light. And so I saw that again, and I said, okay, so how do we communicate when I'm not here on the medicine? She was the same way that you. She goes, I'm always there for you, the same way that your first intentions were, which is, open up my heart. She goes, exactly, I'm right there all the time. All you have to do is ask me, and I'm here for you all the way. And it was like the best feeling ever. It was like, oh, I've got best friends with the medicine now.